Dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our channel. Please buckle up because we are about to take you through a journey through your memory lane back to 2016, where we discuss a very important topic today, and it's none other than IEBC's woes. Please, before you get started, before you dig deep into our today's topic, please take a moment and subscribe to our channel. Now, if you are a regular visitor, as usual, please just give us a like and continue sharing our channel widely. Now, dear viewers, back to our topic today, and we would like to discuss about IEBC's woes. Do you think IEBC as currently constituted can handle a free and fair presidential election? The answer is left to you. But if you ask me, I think IEBC is not well constituted at the moment. And for once, I agree with William Samoei Ruto that something needs to be done to that department. Now, dear viewers, today, William Ruto had a meeting with the EU team that is actually invested heavily in the Kenyan's election. And they discussed at length about the challenges that are likely to face our electoral system this 2022. So, William Samoei Ruto, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, was given a chance to talk about the challenges and any kind of malpractice he foresees in this coming general election. Now, William Samoei Ruto highlighted some points. He said, I think there is a part whereby he talked about the unfairness by the CSS and the unfairness by IEBC's alluded transfer of voters in the voter register. William Ruto stated that in the press conference by IEBC, it was indicated that close to 1 million voters were transferred. William Samoei Ruto fell short of saying that these votes must have been transferred from his backyard. You know, 1 million votes is a lot of votes. And mind you, one needs 50 plus 1 to be the president of the Republic of Kenya. Now, you can imagine about 1 million votes being transferred from your stronghold to another person's stronghold so that your people cannot get a chance to vote for you. Because whenever they go to vote at their usual polling station, they will miss their names. And 1 million is a huge number. That can make a huge difference in the results of the presidential election. Now, dear viewers, Ruto sensed danger, especially after Chebukati talked about this transfer of close to 1 million voters. He also sensed danger when CS Musheru talked about protecting data. I think sometimes I tell myself, could Ruto be indirectly telling us about something that happened in 2017 and that there was transfer of voters in the voter register and CS Musheru protected particular presidential data? Could he be telling us some of those secrets indirectly of whatever happened during 2017? I think these points that Ruto makes should not be taken lightly. I think Ruto has a point, but it is too late to actually bring these points on board. I remember in 2017 when the roles were reversed, whereby now the person who used to complain was Raila Odinga. When Ruto was 100%, had received 100% support from the government, and despite the fact that he was not vying for presidency. Back then, Raila talked about Matiang'i's constant meddling in political affairs. He even said that the constitution does not allow a sitting CS to meddle in politics, rather in the political campaigns, especially voting, are related to votes hunt, or rather campaigning for a particular individual. Back then, Ruto answered Raila by telling Raila straight on the face that you are not competing against CS Matiang'i, you are not competing against CS Mucheru, that instead you should address Uhuru and I, because we are the ones who are jointly contesting against you and Kalonzo Musyoka. I think back then, William Samoei Ruto did not see the sense in the remarks that Raila made. You remember the events that led to even the nullification of, the presidential election. All the things that transpired, Ruto took them as a joke. Now the ghost of his remarks are coming back to haunt him. Now he finds himself in the defensive position, in that it's like I'm attacking you indirectly and you're forced to defend yourself again indirectly. Ruto is beginning to tell us that CS Mucheru is meddling in the with the IEBC system. Ruto is telling us that CS Matiang'i is meddling with the elections. He is again telling us that the transfer of voters from the voter register, it is a shoddy job, rather not even a shoddy job, but it is an indicator that there is planned rigging. Dear viewers, does it mean that in 2017 that was one of the reasons for rigging? Because we remember very well that Raila cried foul over voter transfers. But then all these complaints landed on deaf ears. We didn't see Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, we didn't see Ruto come out clearly and talk about these allegations and even defend them or even denounce them as being retrogressive in terms of our democracy. Funny enough, ever since the handshake between Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and Raila Amolo Odinga, Raila has not stood and talked about elections or IEBC's chances of rigging elections. It is only William Samoei Ruto who talks about this probability of rigging or these rigging claims or his votes being stolen or, and all those kind of things. Does it mean that he knows that there is something that was done? Is Ruto telling us some of these secrets indirectly? That CS Mucheru has powers to manipulate the results? Is Ruto telling us that when you transfer these votes from particular register, those could be signs of rigging? Is that one way to rig? We don't know. I am privy to this information as much as he is. There's a time in 2016 that Raila Amolo Odinga requested for the register to be made public, gazetted, for people to see. The objection came from William Samoei Ruto. Don't you think if these things had been dealt with back then now William Samoei Ruto would have had an easy time accessing the voter register? Now, dear ladies and gentlemen, allow me to wind up there. But before I wind up, please, what do you think? Do you think IEBC is properly constituted to handle this year's presidential election? I don't know. You tell us. But until then, have a lovely night. Bye-bye.